Good morning from the AT. It is approximately 9 o'clock. I've been on trail for about an hour or so, maybe a little bit longer. I left my dispersed camping location and I'm making my way through the Shenandoah National Park. I just met a gentleman who was following his daughter, doing some slack packing for her, but as well as some trail magic. So I got some trail magic. I got a Gatorade and a couple Rice Krispie treats, and he even felt my water up for me. So I'm all good, ready to go. I plan on hiking another, probably a couple miles before I get to a stream and I can refill the rest of my water. I didn't want to take all his water. And so it was a pretty dry stretch here from where I camped. I tried not to drink a lot of water yesterday, or last night I should say. I used some to cook and then drank some. But I had about a half bottle left when I left camp. And so now I have, almost one full bottle. So I have the capacity to carry 2 liters of water. And so I may, depending on if it stays pretty scarce when it comes to water sources, I may go ahead and fill up both liters. So the problem with having 2 liters of water at the same time is you have double the weight. And so weight is something big here on the trail. You don't want to carry any more weight than you have to. And so I'm going to keep on moving forward. I plan on doing approximately 18 miles today to, I think it's called Black something shelter. And so I'm gonna just keep on pushing, enjoy the weather. It's supposed to be nice today until this evening. This evening about 8 o'clock, they say there could be some rain depending on which forecast you watch. And then the rest of the week, unfortunately, it's supposed to be rainy. So I'm going to be getting off trail on Wednesday for a 0, maybe 2 zeros, and do some exploring in the town of Luray, Virginia. There's a cave there and there's all kinds of stuff that you can do. So I may just mix things up a little bit and enjoy the sights there in that area. So with all of that said, I will talk to you soon again from the trail. Well, I was just filming a deer a moment ago, and I heard some rustling, some leaves behind me. I thought it was a squirrel at first, and then I got to thinking, well, maybe it's another deer. And so I turned around, and as soon as I turned around, I realized it was a bear. It was a young bear come walking up behind me. I think it was more startled from seeing me than I was him. And so he, as soon as I saw him, he saw me about the same time. He turned around and took off. And so unfortunately I didn't get a picture or any shots of him, or maybe that's a fortunate thing. He was running away. He wasn't coming at me. So, but the deer, it was kind of perked up. And I guess that explains why the deer was perked up right before I had the bear encounter. But with that said, I'll talk to you soon again from the trail. Looks like we got some trail magic today.
Harrisburg and went down to their hiker hospital.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was like the wind was always blowing like in your face.
Wonderful.
And
Take care.
There's two different places. Last night I campground has a store. And they have everything you could do. They got all the meals, candy, drinks, any supplies that you need. Really nice showers, bathroom, laundry, garbage. Yeah. And then about a mile, if you come to the trail, if you get off from there, you'll have to maybe walk about a mile on the road down to the roadside.
Well, I made it to camp. It is about 6:30 or so. Just got done setting up my tent. The area is very rocky. However, I did find a spot. It's not too bad. There's several rocks, or there's not too many rocks. However, it is on a little slant, so hopefully I won't be rolling down the mountain in the middle of the night. But it's gonna be a good evening. There is rain in the forecast. However, I keep hearing rumors back and forth that it's not coming in until tomorrow. So we'll see if it comes in tonight or in the morning or sometime. But I just got done hanging my food bag. It's the first time I hung it in the fashion that I hung it. It's on a kind of on, I don't even know what you call it, just like this stand, this huge metal pole that you gotta lift it up and put it on a hook. So it's pretty interesting. But I'm just gonna hang out here this evening, talk to some of the other through hikers, and just get some rest. So I did about 18 miles, 17 and a half to 18 miles today. I plan on doing probably approximately the same tomorrow. I'm hoping to pass the 900-mile mark tomorrow, so that'll be exciting. 900 miles on the AT, and so I'm hoping to make it in the next few days, so by Wednesday, to a gap to be able to get off and go into Luray, Virginia for a day or so, just to take a zero, to get some rest, and just to take in the sights in the area. But it's going to be a good time. It's going to be a good night, and I will talk to you soon. Good night. Good morning. I'm on trail, just left camp. It's about 8:15. I had a good morning. I was talking to some other through hikers and found out in just about 2 miles or so, there's a little parking area, and there's somebody gonna be doing a breakfast trail magic. So I'm looking forward to that. And so I'm climbing around some rocks at the moment. Trail's not too bad though, but there's rocks around me, and as you can see, there is a spectacular view. And so I'm gonna just keep making my way forward. Plan on doing about another 18 miles today, hopefully, to a dispersed campsite, and plan on camping there. And so it's supposed to be chances of showers today. It rained a little bit last night, but not a lot, and so hopefully it won't be too bad today. But I'm gonna just keep making my way to camp and just enjoy the day and enjoy the trail. So with that said, I will talk to you again from the trail. It's been a long day, but I finally made it to mile 900. Woohoo! Well, I made it to camp. I am on top of a mountain. I found a dispersed site here. I hiked about 18, close to 19 miles. I added an extra mile by hiking down the mountain to get something to eat at a grill. And so I was able to have a cheeseburger, some fries, and then a blueberry milkshake, which was very good. But I am by myself here at this dispersed site. I'm gonna just hang out here, cook me something to eat. In a moment, hang my bear bag. I saw a lot of deer today. Haven't seen any more bears yet, but the night's still young, so we'll see what comes in the middle of the night. But I'm just going to take it easy. My feet hurt. I have been walking a lot today, past the 900 mile mark, as you saw, and so that's exciting. I'm just 100 miles away from hitting 1,000. So I'm just gonna turn in shortly. I'm gonna get up early tomorrow, head down the mountain, hike probably another 18 miles or so tomorrow. I think I only have to hike 15 to be able to make it to where my destination on Wednesday. But I'm gonna try to do as many as I can until the last day. That way I have a short day on the last day. So with all of that said, I'm gonna start getting ready for bed, get something to eat, and I will talk to you soon on the trail. Good night. Good morning from the trail. It's a rainy day. I just got up, got my things going, got back on the trail. I plan on doing about 16 miles, I think. I looked and reevaluated the map, and I think I'm gonna push to a shelter that is here in the Shenandoahs, and it's about 16, almost 17 miles away. And so it is a rainy day, as you can tell. I got my rain gear on. My umbrella is out, but at the moment I am hiking downhill, and so it's not too bad at this moment. I heard some animals last night, or at least early this morning. I'm thinking it was a deer, but I didn't take the time to look out of my tent. I just stayed in my tent. It rained pretty much all night last night. I got some water in my tent. I think it was because of having a piece of Tyvek as a ground cloth, or a footprint, I should say. I must have had the ends out too far, and so when the water was coming down, it was splashing back into my tent. And so I'm gonna have to be careful next time I set it up, because I had a little bit of water. Like I said, I had some standing water in my tent on one side. So but I didn't get all wet because I'm on a little air pad, and so it kept me above the ground enough where I wasn't in the water. But I don't want all my stuff, all my gear wet, and so my quilt is a little bit damp. I'm hoping to be able to get to camp early enough to let everything out and let it dry. I don't know if it's supposed to rain all day or just part of the day. I know that they said there's chances of showers all week, or at least till Wednesday or Thursday maybe. And so I'm gonna just keep on pushing forward and just deal with everything as it comes. But I'm going to enjoy the trail just as it is. So with that said, I will talk to you soon from the trail. Well, it's the end of the day, and I can tell you it has been a wet day. It's rained off and on all day. It's not raining at the moment. However, I hear thunder in the background, so I predict that we're gonna have a heavy storm this evening. I'm less than a mile away, probably only like 0.3, 0.2 away from the shelter. I'm sure, it being as late as it is, it's about 5:30, the shelter is full. The shelters here in the Shenandoah have been filling up pretty fast. So I'm gonna pitch my tent, hope it's not too wet from last night, and batten down the hatches, get ready for the storm. So, but hopefully the wind's not too bad, it's just rain, and hopefully I can fix the water issue that I had last night. And so, but it's been a decent day. I've hiked, about 16 miles, 17 miles, somewhere around that today. So I've gotten some good miles in. I'll probably do about the same tomorrow, and then I'm hoping Wednesday to be a short day. Maybe even a Nero. I don't know yet. I'll let you know. But I'm gonna just keep on hiking, get into camp, set my tent up, get something to eat, and go to bed. My feet hurt. And so, with all that said, I will talk to you soon again from the trail. Good night. Well, good morning from the trail. I've been on trail for just a little over an hour. I left the shelter this morning, about 8:30 or so, maybe a little after. It was a little bit of a late start than normal, later than normal. But stayed at the shelter with another thru-hiker, an older gentleman by the name of Moon. And then there were 3 section hikers there, a married couple and then a solo gentleman. So, but we had a good evening. We had a lot of good discussion last night, just sharing about our lives and, you know, our occupations and, you know, what we used to do and all kinds of stuff like that. So, but it is a dreary day, as you could probably see. I got my umbrella out and my pack cover on. I decided not to put my rain suit on, my rain jacket or rain pants, just because the umbrella keeps me pretty dry, at least dry enough. And then with my rain suit, it just gets really hot. And so I end up getting wet anyway from all the sweat. So I decided I'm gonna just skip that part and just use the umbrella to cover me. But it hasn't been raining too much. It rained all night, storm last night. There's water dripping off the trees. That's probably the most part of the water this morning. But every once in a while there'll be a small drizzle that will begin. But I look for the weather to be the same the rest of the week. They're actually talking about it's supposed to be going all the way to the weekend. So it's Tuesday now, so we still have, you know, several days of rain. However, I'll be getting off trail for a day or so coming up tomorrow. And so, as I have stated before, I'm trying to do as many miles as I can today. That way I won't have that many to do tomorrow. And I'm hoping to do a Nero. I'll be staying at a place called the Hilltop View Motel in Luray, Virginia. And so there's a cave there that I'm wanting to check out. And so hopefully there's no issues to prevent me from doing that. And I plan on checking that out. So, but today is going to be just the day of marching forward. I may stop at the lodge. There's a restaurant at the lodge, so I thought it'd be good to get a nice cooked meal. Depending on what time I get there. If I get there before lunch, I'll have breakfast. But if I get there after noon, then I'll have the lunch special. So, and a lot of restaurants, a lot of places have hiker specials. It's a discounted rate, so we'll see if they do or not. I'm guessing, being a state national park, a lodge, probably not. But hey, we'll see what happens. But I'm gonna just keep on marching forward. Moon is behind me somewhat. I passed him a little bit ago, which I was surprised because he's a pretty fast hiker. He must just be sluggish today. But I'm gonna keep on going, make my way to the lodge, and after that, make my way to camp. So with that said, I will talk to you soon again from the trail. Well, I made it to camp. Just left the Skyline Resort. It's just a little place with a restaurant and some cabins. Had dinner there with some other thru-hikers. Had lunch at the lodge earlier today, so it's been a pretty good afternoon with some real food. But found a little stealth spot, a little dispersed camping spot, hiking with a couple other thru-hikers, Happy Hour and Radish, and one other, I forgot his name. But we're just gonna take it easy this evening. It's starting to get dark, and so I want to get on here real quick and just shoot a quick video. Got my tent set up. I'm still hoping it'll dry out a little bit before I put my stuff in there. It's still wet from the other day from all that rain we got. Last night I wasn't able to let it dry out because I stayed in the shelter, but hopefully it'll dry out before I put my stuff in there and get ready to go to bed. But like I said, just gonna take it easy this evening. Talk with them, and then I got to get up early tomorrow morning. Only have 8 miles to hike, and so I'm going to be hiking to US Highway 411, I think it's called. I'm going to get a ride. I was going to get shuttled there by a local person who does shuttling, but I actually Happy Hour's dad is going to pick us up. She lives not too far from here, and so he's going to pick us up in his pickup truck. I'm going to ride in the back of his truck all the way to Luray and do a 0 there. So looking forward to some time off trail. Like I said, I'm possibly going to be looking at or go exploring a cave tomorrow or the next day. And so it'll probably be the next day. But other than that, I'm just going to take it easy. So with all of that said, I will talk to you soon again from the trail. Well, I'm on the trail again. Been on the trail for a couple hours. I've been hiking down the mountain most of the morning, and so Happy Hour and Radish, they're behind me. They left camp a little later. Radish's dad is going to meet us at Thornton Gap, which is at the bottom of this mountain, and so he's going to give me a ride into town to the motel that I'm staying at, and then Happy Hour and Radish, they're gonna go over to wherever she's from. She lives close by, not too far from here, and so it's a beautiful day. I thought I felt a couple raindrops earlier, but nothing accumulated, so there's nothing started falling other than the few drops I felt, so it might have been just falling off the trees. But it's gonna be a good day. I'm optimistic, and so I'm gonna keep pushing forward. I'm going to get to the gap. Oh, and I got some trail magic. I forgot to mention that. There was I come out this little park area up on top of the mountain, and somebody had laid out a bunch of sodas on the picnic table, and so I drank me a Coke. It was very good. It hit the spot. But I'm gonna just keep pushing forward as stated, make it to the bottom of the mountain and on over to the motel. So with that said, I will talk to you soon. we're all checked in at the hotel. I got here a little bit ago, checked in and did a shower, washed some clothes, just ate something just to tie me over for dinner. I'm just gonna hang out here on the front porch right now. I was watching TV a little bit ago, but decided I didn't want to watch TV. I kind of enjoy being outside, so I'm sitting outside watching the cars drive by. I don't see that every day on trail, so but it is a good motel. It is called Hillside Motel, and so I met the hostess, is a little old lady. She's very friendly and she's very talkative, but I enjoyed talking with her. She told me about her dog. I told her about my dog, how I miss my dog. But I'm just gonna hang out and just wait around, and a little bit I'm gonna try to get a ride into town to resupply, get something to eat, and do all that good stuff. I'm taking a 0, so I'm gonna be taking some time off, maybe 2 days off. I don't know yet. Depends on what I decide to do tomorrow. There's a cave nearby I may go check out. However, I have to go back into the Shenandoahs. I realized something when I got here, that I did not have my credit card with me. I stopped at a restaurant last night and I left my credit card. So thankfully, they do have it still there. They're gonna hold it for me, so I gotta somehow get into the Shenandoahs, back up to the Skyline Resort and get my credit card back. So, but other than that, it's gonna be a peaceful evening. There is a swimming pool here, so I may do some swimming, not tonight, but tomorrow or the next day if I stay 2 days. But I'm looking forward to just relaxing and recovering. So with all that said, I will talk to you soon. Good morning. I'm just here at the motel, swinging on the swing. Just got up early, came outside just to get a breath of fresh air. It's a beautiful day here in the Shenandoahs. I'm just right outside of the Shenandoah National Park, and I'm gonna be enjoying my 0. So I don't have a lot planned other than I have to get a ride back into the Shenandoah National Park. There's a resort there. I ate dinner a couple nights ago and I forgot my credit card, and so thankfully they still have it. They haven't shredded it yet. They said their policy is to keep it for 24 hours and shred it, but I begged them not to shred it, that I'd be there today, and so I'm gonna go pick that up in a little bit. But before then, I'm gonna just hang out and just enjoy the day. So I will talk to you soon. Well, I made it back into the Shenandoah National Park. Was able to get my credit card, thank goodness. They had it put aside for me with my name on it, so I was happy about that. Stopped at a wayside here in the park. Just picked up some postcards, some things I'm gonna mail out, and then I'm gonna grab me something to eat shortly here in the park before I head back to the motel. I was coming into the got a shuttle into the park. I thought I was gonna have to pay, to be able to get into the park. But when I told them about my credit card, they told me just go ahead and go in. And so I don't have to worry about paying to get in the park. So I'm happy about that, but I don't want to stay here all day because that's not very honest. But I'm gonna grab something to either eat here real quick or grab something on my way out once I get back to town. But I'm gonna just enjoy the drive. Saw a lot of deer today riding around here in the park. Driving around on, it's called Skyline Drive. It's one of the most popular roadways here in the east, but I can tell why. There are spectacular views, and it's just amazing here in the Shenandoah. So if you ever thought about coming out east, Shenandoah is the spot. It is a good section of the trail. So, but with all of that said, I'm gonna just take in the sights, relax today and probably tomorrow as well, and then get on to the trail first thing Saturday morning. So with all that said, I will talk to you soon. Good afternoon from the Hillside Motel here in Luray, Virginia. I'm just enjoying the day, just in view of the mountains at this moment, watching traffic pass by. I had a run to town earlier. I ran to Walmart, picked up a few items that I forgot yesterday, and then stopped by McDonald's to get lunch and to try to upload some things onto YouTube. However, like always, I'm having trouble uploading the content, so I'm going to keep on trying. I was able to switch out some of my gear. I got a rain wrap sent to me, and basically a rain wrap goes around your waist. Some people call it a rain kilt or a rain skirt, and it basically keeps your shorts from getting wet from the rain. I'm sending back my rain pants just because they're a little bit heavier than the rain kilt or the rain wrap. And then I'm switching out my Enlighten Equipment 0 degree quilt for a 40 degree hammock gear quilt. And so my load is going to be a little bit lighter. I'm trying to prepare for Pennsylvania. I'll be in Pennsylvania in a few weeks, and I've been told that Pennsylvania is very rocky. Some people call it Rocksylvania because of all the rocks. And so I'm trying to get my pack as light as possible. I'm sending just a few odds and ends back as well, just to try to lighten the load, some things that I hadn't used. I'm even sending out my Crocs. So I'm getting rid of my Crocs. I'm gonna just have my shoes. I don't use my Crocs all the time anyway, so I don't think I'll miss them too much. I do wear them in town and that, but I think I'll survive without them. But with all that said, I'm just continue to enjoy the day, enjoy the weather, and get back on trail in the morning. So with all that said, I will see you again on trail.